Well, happy Purple Friday. Good evening, family. How is everyone doing tonight? Hope you are doing well. We are less than 48 hours away from the divisional matchup. Yes, for these Baltimore Ravens, and I'm so excited. Hendo, good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm well on yourself. Listen, Terrell Suggs said it best. Two more sleeps.
Two
Two more
more.
sleeps, and we'll be at the divisional round of the playoffs. We can finally put this to bed. We don't have to worry about people talking about whether or
Ooh.
whose quarterback is better. We can lay all that to rest and show which team is truly the dominant one in the AFC.
All right. All right. Well, want to say good evening to Brandon Bazell, who is here first. I see you, Brandon. I also see you, Rave Kingdom, and Justin is in here. Slicer, thank you all for joining. Thanks for being here.
Good evening.
Speaking of cold weather, Hendo,
Mhm.
and let me, before I say that, tonight is a real chill hangout. It's Purple Friday. It's Q&A. There's really no set structure. If you have questions for us, drop your questions in the chat. And if you want to ensure that I see your question, you can leave a super chat donation or a super sticker. We will skip to the front of the line to make sure your question is answered tonight. But we'll do our best to answer as many as we can. But speaking of cold weather, one narrative that I've heard is the Baltimore Ravens, they're not ready for this. They can't play in the cold. It's going to be 8 degrees and dipping down even lower than that as the game progresses, right?
Mhm.
What do you make of that?
I mean, it's football. They've all, at some point in time throughout their careers, whether it was just children in high school and college. They played in cold weather games. That may not be as cold, and I'm not saying that you can get acclimated to something like that, but they've all played in it. We have a bunch of Canadians on the team, and they interviewed them, and they was like, "This ain't nothing." And I found out that they use this concoction. It's called Body Warm, and they mix it in with Vaseline, and they rub it on their skin, and it kind of simulates body heat. So they have ways to get around it. I'm not saying that it won't be uncomfortable,
Phew.
but they've played in cold weather. I'm not saying I've worked in cold weather. Like I've worked in -5 degrees, climbing poles, pause, and trying to get my fingers to change fittings and do certain things. It affects you, but it doesn't stop you. And they've been crying about, well, the Baltimore Ravens are practicing inside. They're not ready. But I saw a video today of the Buffalo Bills practicing inside. Where's the difference?
Exactly. They're always going to spin a narrative, right? There's always going to be a reason. And, oh, this is just another reason why the Ravens can't get the job, are not going to be able to get the job done. I didn't make heads or tails of it either, because even for the Ravens who are, maybe from Florida or from South or, from Georgia, a lot of them went to college, went and played in very frigid temperatures. Where did
Right.
Rashad Bateman go? Minnesota.
Minutes.
It doesn't get cold in Minnesota.
It gets
Last I
very
checked it
cold.
did. So, and that's just one. I'm just throwing out one name, but certainly it's cold
Mhm.
and it's going to be an issue, but you got to play it. You got to play through it. And, I just don't want that to be something that is kind of
Mm,
circulating around about our team. I do see the first question coming through. Uh-uh.
mm.
I see the first question coming through. Let me get to that one. That is Justin Lewis. Good evening. He says, what percentage of snaps will the Ravens play offensively? Great question. Hendo?
68%.
Oh,
They're gonna dominate. Listen, we're going to run the ball, and being that it's going to be cold, we're gonna do just like we did against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like that wasn't as cold, but it wasn't a warm weather game, and we ran the ball. And now that we kind of have Justice Hill back, we know that he can take a hit and he'll be okay. He's gonna get a couple more snaps running the ball. We may put in some Keaton Mitchell plays. Lamar's going to run. Over the last 4 games, Derrick Henry's averaged 138 yards rushing. 4 out of the last 5 games, Lamar has averaged 60 yards rushing. So listen, we're going to run the ball, keep the ball away from them, run the clock down, so they'll have the majority of the offensive snaps, unless
mm,
Derrick Henry hits some home runs and we just get off the field really quickly.
yeah. Um, I think we're going to play, you said 68. I would agree somewhere around there. 65. Definitely, we're going to control it. And I do have a few questions that I'd like you all to help me with. So some of you are really, really good at just understanding football, and I learn a lot from you. I learned a lot from Hendo as well. But I have a few questions, some things that I heard. And speaking, it kind of goes to Justin's question about what percentage of the snaps are we going to play offensively. And one question, before I get there, I see one other question, but I'll get there in a second to ask mine. But Jay the Six wants to know, good evening, Jay the Six. He wants to know, if it's Purple Friday, why is the host wearing everything but purple? Well, just 2 days ago, the lovely ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated celebrated our anniversary. That's right. So it's Purple Friday. I got my purple mic, but I'm also representing my sorority tonight as well. So that's why. And I just happen to like the color. I just happen to like pink. So that's just kind of how it goes. But my question is, one thing I heard someone say, a Bills fan, Josh Allen is going to have 275 passing yards, 100 yards on the ground.
It's a bold statement.
Is that sound logic? Let us know in the chat. 275 yards passing in below frigid temperatures. What do you think?
Bold claims. I mean, I like it.
Bold.
I like the bold claims. We have some bold claims of our own, but for me personally, let's not act like the weather is going to affect one and not the other. And like Nitro said, what's up, Nitro? Like he said, I remember last year when Cincinnati went up there and smacked the Bills in the mouth. It was cold and it was snowing.
Yeah.
But they weathered the storm because they ran the ball up and down the field on them. Now, as far as Josh Allen getting 275 yards passing, when the Baltimore Ravens were ranked the 32nd ranked pass defense in the league, he had 182 yards passing. So now you're telling me that we're number one across the board over the last 7-8 weeks, and he's going to increase his total by over 100 yards. I think he ran for like 60 yards. He's going to get another 40 yards on the ground. Okay. I mean, listen, everybody has hopes and dreams until someone comes and punches them in the mouth.
True. Speak.
Then they lose all hope. They lose all aspirations, and they find different plans and different narratives. So there's that.
Yeah, definitely. I 100% agree. Don the One wants to know, how many snaps do you think Keaton will get? It's a great question, Don. Thank you for asking. He was my could possibly be our X factor in this upcoming game. Hendo, when we previewed the game last night, Hendo said his X factor was Isaiah Likely. And he's been mine ever since we learned that Zay Flowers was not going to be a part of these next couple of games. I said, Isaiah Likely, X factor. But I think Keaton Mitchell can sneak in there, really. And to answer your question, I'd be satisfied with, I don't know, 10. Maybe, if he gets to double digits, that'd be great. But realistically, for him being so limited in the offense, 5, 7, I think is more realistic. What do you think, Hendo?
Double digits isn't out the question. You give him 4 or 5 snaps on offense. You get about 6 or 7 snaps on special teams. You got it. There you go, double-digit snaps. I don't think he's going to play a large role in this because, once again, he's not in football shape.
Yeah.
He hasn't been acclimated to being hit. And if it's going to be as cold as they say they are, you don't want to risk him getting an injury by just throwing him in there and overutilizing him. But I think he's going to get in there and be a change of pace. I mean, if we didn't have Justice Hill, things may be a little bit different. But there are only so many snaps that are going to go around because we're going to give Derrick Henry 25 carries at least in this game. And then Justice, him coming out the backfield in certain things, he may get another 15 snaps. So it's going to be a limited sample size for Keaton Mitchell, but I think they may be trying to work him into the game plan to get him ready for next week and possibly the Super Bowl.
Jay the Six, he wants to know, is your sorority going to help the Ravens win? We sure are. I have a lot of sorority sisters who love the Baltimore Ravens. And so if it means that we are going to cheer our team on just a little bit louder, absolutely. There you go. So that's the answer to that question. So yeah, I would be happy. Um, he said joking, but Founders Day. Yeah, it was our Founders Day. It was our anniversary. Happy Founders Day. That's right. Um, yeah, I was joking. 10 is a lofty goal, but it'd be nice, right? It'd be really, really nice. Um, Attitude Pop, good to see you. Thanks for being here. How many touchdowns will Lamar have on Sunday, and how many passing yards? I got him throwing for 250. Throwing for 250? That's nice. 4 touchdowns, 70 yards rushing, and Derek going for 115 and one tutty. What do you think, Hendo? 250?
Nah, I don't see. I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe I see Lamar going 16 for 20, maybe 185 yards. He'll throw for 2 touchdowns. He'll
Mhm.
rush for about 85 yards, and he'll rush for
Yeah.
2 more. So I see him having 4 touchdowns, close to 100 yards rushing. 250, possibly not, because I don't think that we're going to throw the ball that much. Derrick Henry, Derrick Henry might have 215.
Oh, yeah,
And he's
for
going to have
sure.
more than one rushing touchdown. I think he may realistically. I think he may go for a buck 85. Like I said, the Bills' defense is better, so I think he goes from 199 to 185.
Yeah, exactly. Nigerian Nightmare. It's going to be very windy. I don't think these conditions are favorable for a huge passing game, a night of passing. I don't think so. And that's on both sides, right? And like I said, I've heard this week, oh, Josh Allen has, he can sling the rock, he can throw the ball, he's got that arm. You got that right, but I mean that's no match for Mother Nature. Mother Nature might have other plans. So I think that this game is going to be more of a heavy run dominant game. That's what I think. So hey, Jeff J, good to see you. Yeah, if Henry is in the flat and he takes off, that's it. Yeah, I mean, that's the that's it. Um, Game too easy. I see you. This is going to be Steven's redemption game. I can see him getting 2 picks. Ooh,
Mm.
let's start small. Let's crawl before we walk. We'll start with just saying I can see him turning his head around
Mm-mm.
on time. I'm just saying, you got to take baby steps, right? And then if he does that for like the first half, then maybe in the second half he can walk away with a pick. That's what I say. What do you think, Hendo?
That was going to be my bold prediction. My bold prediction was going to be he's going to get an interception, and Mark
Ooh,
Andrews was going to get his first touchdown of the playoffs in his career.
yeah.
I'm going
Okay.
deep. I'm going
Yeah.
deep with these bold predictions.
Yeah, I was going to ask that question. Like, in this game, and let us know in the chat. In this game, does Mark Andrews finally get his first NFL playoff touchdown?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a rushing touchdown?
No. No. He's going to get. Listen. They're going to get down side the 15. Lamar's going to hit him in the back of the end zone, left side.
No, you've got
I'm,
this
call,
all mapped out.
I'm calling it. I'm. I know things. I see the future. I see the future. Mark
Mm,
Andrews' first touchdown,
mm.
so we can't clown him anymore. Stevens is going to get his first interception because he's going to get a lot of opportunity to intercept the ball because they're going to pick on him. They're going to pick on him,
Of
most
course.
definitely.
Of course. Of course. Um, yeah, I mean, I can see, Lamar just kind of dumping the ball off to Mark Andrews down by the goal line, and he goes right on in there for the touchdown. I can see that happening, but I just like him to get a touchdown, and I'll be satisfied with that. And Killer Cam is saying the offense needs to be prepared for them, for them shooting. They're going to shoot the gaps, and
Mhm.
that's absolutely right. So, what is our response, Killer Cam? Hendo, what is our response to that?
To keep hitting him,
Ooh,
keep hitting him.
it's
Listen,
cold out there.
it
Business
doesn't matter.
decisions. I know it doesn't.
We've seen all season long, and I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, abandon the run." Don't abandon the run because at any time Derrick Henry can hit him for 60 yards. You don't know when that play is going to pop or he's going to break a tackle and go all the way. So for me, let him shoot the gaps. After a while, they're going to want to stop hitting him. They're going to do a Patrick Queen and start jogging down the field beside him, pretending like they want to tackle him. So y'all, they can do what they want to do. Their defense is not that good, especially on third downs. They're not that good. As much as they want to talk and say, well, we did this and we did that. Yeah, you did that versus the Patriots. You did that versus the Dolphins. You did that versus the Jets. When you
Mm.
played good teams, they lit you up.
I mean, Yeah,
Ed,
true enough.
Ed, I can see that too, Ed. As
No, Ed, I
offensively,
cannot see
I
that.
can.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, Ed, I hope you are wrong on this one for obvious reasons. I want Keaton involved. We are down Zay Flowers. So, okay,
Possibly.
I have that on my notes. That's going to come up next. We're going to talk about Zay next. But let's just say we're down Zay Flowers, right? We don't have him.
Mm-hmm.
Who steps up? Miller? Tylen?
Tyler.
What was the other one? Sims?
Sims.
Sims?
It's gonna be Tylen. Listen, I am not the
Okay.
biggest. I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not the biggest fan of Tylen Wallace. But when given the opportunity, he's made some plays, and we're not needing him to be a focal point. Like even the last game, that 21-yard reception for that first down, it was a key play. The touchdown versus the Bengals, key play. I'm not looking for him to have 100 yards again. If he can get about 40 yards, 3 receptions, just to keep the defense honest, that's all we need them to do.
Hmm.
Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, Rashad Bateman, they will do the rest. They'll do the heavy lifting. We just need some other guys to maybe take away the focus on our guys so they can't double team them. Like they don't
Tez
know where the
Walker?
ball is going.
Sorry.
First of all, we're going to be realistic today. Okay,
Okay.
this is Tell the Truth Friday.
I thought
We're
it
not
was.
gonna we're not in the land we're not in the land of make believe. We're not in the land of pretend. This isn't
Mhm.
unicorns and rainbows. Tez Walker, Tez Walker.
Oh, no, I just threw his
One
name out
catch,
there.
one catch
One catch
Tez.
for one touchdown.
One catch Tez. This is what we talking about right now. This is a
Look,
playoff game. This is for the
I
right
know.
to play
I
in
know.
the AFC Championship game. And you're telling me
Absolutely.
a rookie
No.
with one catch throughout the whole season?
No. No, no, no. I do not believe that. I did not. No. I just said that to bring a smile to someone's face, or even a frown. If somebody, when I said Tez Walker, if somebody did like this, that's good
So,
enough for me.
yeah, we could, Jeff.
Equip Institute, thank you for being here. Yes, Jeff J,
Hey,
it is supposed to be very windy. Killer Cam says, man, I am nervous. Nothing wrong with that. So no matter how you fan, it's okay. Some people are on one end of the pendulum and say, I am 100% confident, not a care in the world. Baltimore Ravens are coming in, dominating, taking care of business, and it's not going to be any other way. Some people are
definitely.
like that. I'm
And we
just saying.
lying, but definitely.
Okay, but what I'm saying, I've heard that. I've seen it. So some people have that approach going into the game, and others, like Cam, I'm nervous. And that's okay too. So don't let anybody tell you, well, you shouldn't be nervous. Why? You shouldn't be nervous. We got this. Okay, it's a playoff game. At
Right.
any moment, something, a mistake can happen.
Right.
I don't even want to speak it into existence, but a
Look,
mistake can happen, a penalty, a turnover, anything. And there goes your opportunity. So you realize that, and that's okay, Killer Cam. I'm nervous too. I am. And the closer that we get to Sunday night,
right.
I start feeling a little bit more nervous. Doesn't mean I
Listen,
don't believe in my team.
all right.
What about you, Hendo?
I mean, I'm 100% confident. Listen, Josh Allen. Like we keep saying this, as great as he is in the wild card round versus the lowest seeds in the NFL, never had a number one seed. As much as they want to talk about the dominance of the Buffalo Bills and how good Josh Allen is in the playoffs, never had a number one seed, never had a bye, dominates the wild card round, 1-3 in the divisional playoffs, lost the last two at home. At home, he's the only quarterback that has been favored that has lost the last 2 years. And for me, yeah, I mean, of course you can be nervous because it's the NFL and it's any given Sunday.
Hmm.
Anything can happen, just a bad turn of events, but just looking at it schematically, looking at it as far as the roster is concerned, we have the better team. We have the better quarterback.
Yeah.
Now, I keep forgetting that I think it was Chaos that just said something about Nelson Aguilar. I swear to you, I keep forgetting that guy is on this team. You hear me talk about every other wide receiver on this team. I keep forgetting Nelson Aguilar is a part of the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know
How do
how.
you forget
I
it?
I don't know. Every time I see Nelson Aguilar's name, I'm like, oh yeah, he do play for us.
Like, I
Amazing.
forgot about Ojabo, but that's because how much has he played recently?
How can you forget about Ojabo? He sucks.
Stop it.
He sucks. I just remember all the Ravens saying, "Oh, we got a first round talent in the second round. He's gonna come in and just do amazing things." And I'm like, "Come on, y'all, temper your
EDC's out here
expectations.
cooking.
Temper. He's
He-
cooking. He's cooking."
Don't you start it. We have Sean Coles, who became a member of the channel. Shout out to you, Sean Coles. Thank you so much for
Appreciate
becoming a member of the channel. We appreciate your support. We also have a super chat coming through from the Nigerian Nightmare. He says,
it.
Happy Purple Friday, family. Smash the likes. Support the grind. Go Ravens. Love it.
Woo!
Thank you.
Y'all showing out tonight.
You guys are showing out tonight. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. We also have another super chat coming through from our guy, Adrian from Press Start 410, 100% confident in the Ravens. Buffalo is too small to stop the run. Okay, I agree. I agree. Thank you for the super chat, the $5 donation from you, Adrian, as well as the $5 super chat from the Nigerian Nightmare. And if you would like to leave a super chat just to help what we're doing here on our respective channels, there is a super chat button down below where you can click and leave a super chat or super sticker, and you will be skipped to the front of the line. Also, if you'd like to become members of our channels, you can click join, and it brings up all of the tiers where you can choose if you'd like to further support the work that we are doing. Thank you very much.
Appreciate
Let
it.
me see. I see a question here. Tay got it. Hey there. I don't know that I've seen you before, but hi, Tay.
What's
I'm
up, Tim?
glad you got it. They posted Zay working out. Are we thinking he's on the field on Sunday?
Zay don't
Hendo.
got it. Zay
Huh?
don't got it. Zay
No,
don't got it.
Tay, you got it.
But
Zay
Zay don't.
don't got it.
He was hustling through the drills,
He
but you
was.
could see him grimacing. Like you could see, and just personally for me, let's not risk it. Like if we can give him another week to heal, let's do that. If 2 weeks possibly, but let's not rush him on the field, have him get injured this late in the season and not be ready for next year.
Exactly. I much rather rest Zay, even if he's 75%, 80%. I'd rather rest Zay this game, have him available the next game. Or if that's not a possibility, certainly for when we make it to the Super Bowl. That would be my preference. I think it would be negligent for us to put him out there right now. He's only 2 weeks removed from a knee strain or sprain. Give it some time. Keep rehabbing. Allow him to, get involved in some practices. That's good to see. But I don't think he's game day ready in less than 48 hours. No, I don't. I see Game Too Easy wants to know, y'all think Pat gonna get some ball on the goal line situations? You talking about Hendo's favorite player. Hendo, go ahead. What do you think about what do you think there? I
No,
mean,
but listen. I mean, you have Derrick Henry. Give it to Derrick Henry. It may be for maybe just to throw the defense off balance. Hard R might get a carry here and there, but I mean, for just me personally, for some, what are you looking at me like that for? Just
I
me
just
personally.
the way you say it, it's just like you say it with such ease as though you're really speaking this person's name. This guy named,
That is his name. When
I'm
have
gonna
you
move
ever
on.
heard me call him anything else? His name's Hard ER Ricard. Anyway, I don't. Me personally, I wouldn't in that type of situation want to give him the ball. He hasn't carried the ball a lot this season. So just to put the ball in his hands in this type of weather in this type of situation, ball security. And I'm not saying that he's a fumbler, but just him not being used to carrying the ball in a game time atmosphere, I personally wouldn't do it. I'd throw him the ball like on a fake, possibly, but I wouldn't hand it to him.
Deshaun happens to believe that our fullback is going to be the X factor in this game. How
They
so,
also
Deshaun?
they also believe that he blocks well. Watch him; he really doesn't.
Does he block better than some others on the some other O line members? There you
He
go.
gets his
So
he gets his hands on people. I give
so
him
there you
that.
go. So I didn't say he was great. Now that's not what I said. But my question is, does he block better than some people? So yes, Imani, he does, and he says it. Imani, he says it like it's just like he's calling you Imani, the same way we just say your name and it's really easy. That's how he calls him. Just
If you want to know why I call him Hard R Card, just go back and check out some of his old tweets.
you've told me, and I just don't even want to do that. But yeah, hard.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hey
check out
there,
check
Black Daniels. Good to see you.
out
Thanks for being here. All right. So I have a
What Black.
question, though. I have a question. So
Yes.
one thing that I heard was that the way to stop, or how do we stop the Bills offense? How do we stop Josh Allen defensively?
Mhm.
And someone said simulated pressure. And I said, okay, let me kind of get in my bag and figure out like what did they mean. And so when I started looking up like simulated pressure, exactly what it means, and this is where you all can help me. So if you are really knowledgeable about how this could work for the Ravens, let me know, weigh in the chat, and Hendo as well. So when I started looking up like simulated pressure and it's something that we have the personnel to do, I was like, okay, well, that means we're going to like disguise our coverage packages, right? We're going to send extra, members of the defense up to like look like they're going to blitz the quarterback, but then maybe, hey, we have a linebacker or two drop in coverage, or we have a DB drop in coverage. And I'm thinking, all right, what linebacker do we have to drop in coverage that could really make this work?
Trenton.
Oh, the one that doesn't play?
Listen.
I mean, I'm asking for. You said tonight is serious night, right? You said
No, I'm dead to listen. He has the speed to cover, so
he has the speed, but he has been benched for the last what, 5 weeks, maybe longer. I don't remember, but
maybe his
tell
practice
me,
habits got better.
tell me how the Ravens, with our current personnel,
Mm-hmm.
how we can use simulated pressure to kind of slow down the Bills' offense, slow down Josh Allen.
We don't
Because
need.
if I'm sorry.
There you go.
I was just going to say, because if we don't have the personnel that would really make it like believable and realistic, okay, you want to see Roquan Smith in coverage? We tried that early in the season, didn't work. What about Malik Harrison? We tried that too. I don't know if Chris Bohr can do it. So how do we make that a thing?
But we don't have me personally. We don't have to simulate pressure. Ed Reed said it best: hit him, hit him. You
Hmm.
got Kyle Van Noy on one side, you put Odafe Owe on the other, and you have Namde Matabike up the middle. Hit him. When you get hit enough, I don't care what quarterback you are. You can be the greatest quarterback in the world. If you get hit enough, that's going to have you seeing ghosts. You're going to Sam Darnold the thing. And you're not going to play as effectively as you normally would because you're worried about somebody coming up from the blind side and just knocking you out. So if we hit him enough, I don't think simulating anything. Like Roquan has played a lot better since the bye week. Coverage, he's not really a coverage linebacker, but if defensively, if the coordinator puts them into spots where they can succeed, it's fine. But if we can get to the quarterback, all of the rest of that stuff is irrelevant. We
Yeah.
just need the defensive backs to cover long enough. If we can disguise some things
Hmm.
and maybe have Kyle rush every now
Yeah.
and again, not too much, but have Hamilton rush some, we
Yeah.
can get to him. And the thing for me is I can't remember the guy's name. He's very popular. And he asked that question about how are the Ravens going to stop the Buffalo's offense.
Hmm.
We've stopped them already. We've done it when our defense was a lot worse. So
Yeah.
whatever we did then, keep doing that.
Yeah. I like it. And I brought that up last night too, that I would, like I said, where would you like to see Kyle Hamilton? I know Kyle, we play him all over the field, right? We can put him wherever.
Mhm.
But would we like to see Kyle have more of a role closer to the line of scrimmage, like you just mentioned? Or do we want, and you said last night, Hendo, yeah, if we do that, then we run the risk of not having some safety help over the top for Brandon Stevens when we know he's going to get picked on. So that's something that I was kind of wrestling with. Like, yeah, we could use Kyle Hamilton because he's certainly athletic enough to drop into cover. Absolutely, he can do it. But then do we give that? Do we take that risk and not have additional help for Brandon Stevens?
I mean, let's put Brandon Stevens in a position to succeed.
Right.
Put him in a position to succeed. Don't put him on Shakir. Don't put him on Curtis Samuel.
Hey Robert, we drop a D lineman and blitz Harrison. I can
We did
see
that with
blitzing.
Pierce. We did that with Pierce.
We did, and it worked. I mean, the last thing I thought I was ever going to see on my screen was D lineman Michael Pierce out there in coverage, but it worked. So that might have to be something. This is what I'm saying. We can get creative. We might not have a Micah Parsons on our team. Okay, fine. But with the personnel that we have, like Robert said, you might have to do that. So, yeah. Adrian said, first and foremost, you got to stop the run.
That's it.
Got to make Allen hold the football and become indecisive. But Allen, the thing is, I'm not concerned about our ability to stop the run. That has been the highlight of our defense, pretty much consistently all year. That is not a huge concern of mine. What I'm more concerned with is, like our secondary and specifically Brandon Stevens. And got to make Allen hold the football and become indecisive. But the way to do that, you know, knowing how do we do that? Knowing that Josh will scramble in a minute, he will take off in a second. Now he's no Lamar Jackson, okay, but he can certainly escape the pocket, evade
Mhm.
pressure.
Mhm.
So that's something
Yeah,
to consider too.
and let Roquan Smith hit him one good time. He'll rethink
Ooh,
that. He'll rethink that.
yes,
Roquan has a lot to prove.
he
After
does.
last season's AFC title game, he has a lot to prove. He has a lot to live up to. And I just think if he gets an opportunity, he's gonna try to knock Josh Allen out the game. And now Josh is going to think twice about scrambling, and he may stay in the pocket. Now, also depending upon how our offense works, if we score enough points, he's going to take chances and he's going to take shots, which is going to give us an opportunity to get some turnovers. And I think that may be more than anything the keys to this game: getting some turnovers. Our Darius Washington, Marlon Humphrey,
Yeah,
Nate Wiggins, somebody getting a turnover, Odafe forcing the fumble.
yeah,
That's going to be one of the keys to the game because I think he's going to need to take shots because realistically, they can't score with us. If our defense plays the way that it's been playing over the last 7 weeks, they can't score with us. Our defense is going to slow them down. They love to run to the weak side. That is one of our strengths. If they can't run with James Cook, they're one dimensional. Now we can just prepare for the pass and just knock out everything what they try to do. So to me, I'm not really worried about this game. If we play a clean game, it doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be pretty, just be us, like John Harbaugh always says. If we play our game, it doesn't matter. The ref, I understand we have a ref that's coming in here. He loves to throw flags he loves to keep the flags in his pocket for the home team. Cool. But if we play our game, no matter what anybody does outside of this Baltimore Ravens organization, we are going to win because Bill Belichick said it. Some of the all-time greats said it. The only team that can beat the Baltimore Ravens is the Baltimore Ravens.
hmm,
We're the only ones that have, even in our losses this season, we
yeah,
are the only ones that stopped ourselves. No team in the NFL has stopped us. We just made just critical mistakes, and hopefully we've overcome those. The flags have been lessened. We're a little more disciplined. John Harbaugh is doing a better coaching job, and we realize what is the most important thing is our identity. Run the football, run it some more, and run it till they can stop it. And nobody has proven that they can stop this offense, especially running the ball.
yeah. There was a comment earlier that Rose seems to be more locked in this year, and that was Brad Q. Hey there, Brad. Thanks for being here. Rose seems to be more locked in as of late. Early in the season, this is just my opinion. Early in the season, it was kind of hit or miss. And then maybe we started making some personnel adjustments in the middle of the season. Our defense got much better. And then the last few weeks, I would say the last 6, 7 weeks, Rowe has been locked in. So
He
um,
lost weight. He lost weight.
I knew you were going there. Hey, MDT Sports. Hate to admit, Josh Allen got great
Rosanne,
offensive line.
no.
But I think that even though, and Killer Cam agrees with you, that yeah, the Bills O line is good to great. Even though their offensive line is good to great, let's say B plus, or B, a solid B. I think that this is a really good matchup because our defensive front is very good as well. So that to me, I don't, I think that was going to be, I think that is going to be fine. I'm not really concerned there. Hey there, Go Man.
So
Yes, thank God it's Friday. All right, one other question I have. And if you have questions, please make sure that you leave your questions in the chat because we're not going to be here all night, believe it or not. So if you have questions that you would like Dale and myself to answer, go ahead and leave them in the chat. But one thing I heard and I said, ooh, this would be good to ask everyone, the family members tonight. They said, oh, another way we can stop Lamar? This is how we do it. We play man coverage, and we're going to take care of it. So, okay. So my question is, how good has Lamar been? I did the same thing. That's exactly what I said, right? I'm like, wait, okay. You said, yeah, if we play man coverage, we'll have no problem stopping Lamar Jackson. How good has Lamar Jackson been against man coverage this year? Hendo. Excellent.
sorry. I'm sorry. 4,100 yards passing. 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Number one versus the blitz. I think he's number two versus man in the NFL. He's been outstanding. Listen,
Yes.
they could try. You could listen, pick your poison. And I think that just for this offense this season, being that we don't have just a bevy of offensive stars, you don't know where the ball's going. One week it could be Mark Andrews, the next week it could be Zay, the next week it could be Bateman. You just never know. And for that, I think we can keep defenses off balance. You know you're gonna get a lot of Derrick Henry. You know
Yeah.
you're gonna get some Lamar just throwing dots all over the field. But more importantly, now you have to worry about Lamar running the ball. He's more conscious about running the ball during these playoffs. He's gonna do everything in his power to win these games. So yeah, I mean, if you want him to pass it, Matt Milano, I know he said, "Yeah, guys, I dare you. Don't run the ball. I double dog dare you. Pass it if you think you can." Like,
Hmm.
okay, now when we do, what are you going to say then? It's always some narrative that they're trying to spin or trying to take us out of our game. You're not going to stop us from being who we are. And if you looked at Lamar this season, passing the ball, he's better than your quarterback.
Yes.
Your pass happy, pass first team, he put up better statistics. So yeah,
Yeah.
we can do whatever we wanted. We can play the game however you want it to be played, but we're playing to win. You
Yes.
guys are playing to prove who's the MVP. We're playing to win a Super Bowl title. We're worried about championships. We're not worried about MVPs and individual awards. Y'all can have that. If you get it, cool, so happy for you. We're worried about winning the Super Bowl. So we're going to play our game. You can dare us to do whatever you like. We're going to play Ravens football,
Yeah.
run this ball down your throats. And after the game, we're going to listen to you cry about, well, y'all didn't pass the ball. So what? We won.
Right.
Get over.
Yeah, it was laughable to me when I heard that. I was like, wait, the way to stop Lamar Jackson is to play heavy dose of man coverage. And I like this. Press start says what? They play 75% of zone. They play zone 75% of the time. But I'm guessing that this particular YouTuber who I was watching was saying, hey, if we change it up a bit, I know we pretty much play zone, but going against Lamar, if we switch it up and play man, oh man, that's the formula for us to beat him. Exactly, Killer Cam. Yeah, they said man coverage and have Milano as a spy. That's how you beat. I'm telling, I've heard the
I,
silliest things in the last couple of days. Like, wait.
I guess
Yeah.
they forget that play, that highlight play when Milano tried to tackle Lamar Jackson, and he looked like a grown man playing leapfrog with his kid, and just leapt in the air for no reason, just went nowhere. Lamar was going the opposite direction. Come on, bro. Like Matt Milano, he's a decent linebacker. He's a decent linebacker, and if you look at and I know PFF isn't the end all be all with numbers, but if you look at his PFF numbers, he's average. He's an average guy, and this is the guy that you're waiting for. This is the guy that you're banking is going to take your defense over the top.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Matt Milano, he wasn't, and they'll tell you they'll say it in a heartbeat, a New York minute. Matt
Yeah.
Milano, he wasn't in the game in week 4. We got him
That's
back
right.
now. Yeah, so he's the difference maker. Oh,
That's right.
okay.
That's right, Jeff. Everybody has a plan
Yeah.
till you get
Until you
punched in the mouth.
get punched in the mouth. Hey there, Black Eyes. He said, what's good? Are you guys live streaming the game on Sunday? We certainly are. Thank you for that reminder. Please come by on Sunday, shortly before 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Hendo and I will live stream the game. You're going to
Yes, we
get
will.
play-by-play, instant reaction as these
Yes.
Baltimore Ravens fold these Bills in half. We're just going to do like that
And
to them. We're going to be there.
and and I'm happy to say, Black Ice, I did it today. You should be getting your package. You should have got your package today, but you should be getting your package tomorrow. But like I said, being that I don't go outside a lot and I made you wait a little extra longer, I put some extra things in there. I had to wait for them to come from Amazon, but I put some extra things in the package. So it should be coming tomorrow by 6. Yeah.
Awesome. Explore more 704. I like that. Very catchy. How many sacks on Allen? Huh. Over, under, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5.
I take the over. We got 3 last time.
Okay. Tell me, leave it a comment in the chat. How many sacks on Allen and who gets them? All right, Henda, you said 3. You said over 3. So, all right. So, who gets the sacks this time? And shout
We're
out to
gonna,
Mr. Galloway. I saw you in the chat
what's up,
earlier.
Dre? We're gonna get 2 sacks from Kyle Van Noy. We're gonna get 1 from Namde and 1 from Tavius, and maybe a fifth from Kyle.
Oh, I thought more like we were going to get 2 from Odafe Owe. Uh,
Okay, I left your man
yeah,
out.
you did, and I didn't like that.
Adafe is going to get at least 8 whiffs.
Moving
Couple,
on. See,
couple,
see
couple
why
breeze
you asked that
throughs.
question? You know how he's going to do that. You know how he's
Couple
going
of
to do.
breeze throughs. I'm telling you, we gonna get we can get about 5 sacks.
I don't know about 5. I don't know
Listen,
about. I'm
listen.
thinking.
Once we take the lead,
Okay.
they're gonna have to predominantly throw the ball, and once they do that, it's tee off time.
Yep.
Yeah, Lamar might not throw more than 15 times.
I don't think
If
he
we run
will.
the ball, like we're supposed to, Lamar's not gonna have to throw that much.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't need to in this game. To me, this is about protecting the ball security in very unfavorable weather conditions. So yeah, he is.
Adrian. Really? Apple for the teacher?
What happened?
He said his sacks, but he put Owe in there. Just apple for the teacher, because that's
See,
one of
I'm
your
so
favorite.
far behind.
That's
I'm
one of
so
your
far.
favorites. That's one of your favorites. So he had to just throw that caveat in there. Yeah, always gonna get a sack. I mean, if he does get a sack,
Killer Cam.
cool. I'm with it.
Okay, Killer Cam. How many sacks do we get? How many do we
Ooh,
get, and who gets them? You might have already answered. I'm behind. Oh, see, look at this. Jeff J says Kyle's gonna
uh,
get one.
of
Oh
course.
wait, yes, that's it. You just left him out of the equation altogether. That was like negligent on your part. But
Because your man gets sacks, then he goes up on a 3 or 4 game hiatus, and then he comes back again. It hasn't been 4 games yet since he had a sack, so we can't depend on him.
I like it. Wait, Owe, Van, and who? Who?
Probably Odafe.
No, that's Owe.
Oh,
I don't know who. Spiritual War Exposed. Who's the other one who's going to get Owe, Van Noy, and who is the other one?
probably Ardarius. Probably been Ardarius.
Ardarius. Oh, Ardarius getting a sack?
Oh, we getting 2.
I know. I
I
thought the
see.
same thing. I
I
too.
see Ardarius. I see Ardarius blitzing and getting a sack before Owe. Oh,
Okay.
You know what? Marlowe might get a sack. They love
Oh,
blitzing
yeah,
him.
we like to blitz Marlowe. So yeah, I can see that. Okay. All right. So does that change your answer? Now that we've,
I still say we get 5 sacks. Regardless, we may go higher, but we're getting at least 5 sacks.
fair enough. Fair enough. Well, family, I just appreciate you all for coming by and hanging out with us. We had to come back and go live tonight because last night I had a little internet glitch, and for a split second, internet just said, nope, no thanks. And then it cut the stream off. And I'm like, oh, we have to come back. Even though we were at the end of the stream, I said, we have to come back. And so what we'll do is we'll close this stream out. Unless you have questions, type fast. We'll close this stream out with score predictions. That's where we left off last night.
Yes, but actually, what happened last night was that Buffalo Bills fan that came in.
He shut the stream.
He reported us for spewing too many facts. He didn't like the fact that we were talking about his team and giving you factual predictions and factual statistics, and he reported us and they shut us down. Was like, listen, we can't have too much of the truth floating out there about Buffalo because we as a nation want them to win. Red, white, and blue, they represent America.
Hey, James Parker. He says so true. And are you saying so true that Odafe always going to have one sack?
False. He was not talking about Odafe. Everyone that comes in here is not talking about Owe. That's right. If Mr. Whiffs gets some sacks, I'm all for it.
See, Tay, we were on the road to being really cool
Whiffs.
friends, really good friends, but now you're talking about Owe, and I gotta put my
If
foot
you
down on
watch
that one.
if you watch Owe during games, all he does is fan players. He rolls his mouth like, "You hot? You hot? There you go."
That's horrible.
I'm
Charlie
not gonna
Kohler.
stack you.
Okay,
Um,
I like this. Charlie Kohler touchdown. Before we go, drop your score predictions. I know some of you
no,
did
he
it
didn't
last night, but I didn't. Charlie Kohler, I could see that getting a touchdown. Who would be the unlikely touchdown this game? Unlikely touchdown. The person who you would say, I'd be shocked. Like for me, it was Tez Walker a couple of weeks ago. If you would have asked me before that game, is Tez Walker getting a touchdown? No, he's not. Absolutely not. But who's your unlikely candidate to get a touchdown?
One catch Tez.
Yeah, last night, Jeff,
We don't know what happened. We don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, that's pretty much what happened. So that's why we're back tonight. Well, not, and it's, a couple of days before the game. So I'm going to read through the score predictions, and
Shout
then we're
out.
gonna go, get out of here. This is
Appreciate you,
good.
spiritual.
Yes, thank you all. Thank you. Hey, Alaskan Man. Marlo has sacked Allen every game since he's played the Bills. Oh, now there's a stat for you. Thank you.
You missed
And
the super
guess
chat.
what? Sunday night is going to be no different. I like it. Thank you for that. Yeah.
You missed the super chat.
Uh-oh, I'm going to go right back to it. Hold up. That guy really shut down the stream. No, he was just teasing.
No, he didn't.
Let me get to the super chat.
Buffalo Bills fans don't have that power.
Thank you. Spiritual War
Appreciate you.
Exposed for the 4.99 super chat. Great live, y'all. Thank you. I felt
Appreciate you.
bad last night. I was like, oh no, this stream ended and I wasn't done talking. Hendo, that's okay. But anyway, so I said, Hendo, let's go back. Would you like to go live? And he's gracious enough to say, sure. So, all right. So I see the
Uh-uh.
scores. In the abundance of your graciousness, you agreed. So I see the scores rolling in.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Olga. And I'm glad you came
Hey,
back
Olga.
and put your score prediction in because that's what I remember I
Ooh-wee.
remember that last night. It was 50 something. I said, Olga, wait, now how we getting to 50?
Oh,
But
big edge.
let's get it. Let's get it. I like it. Anyone here believe the Bills are going to win? And it doesn't mean that you're not a Ravens fan. Wait. It doesn't mean that you're not a Ravens fan. It doesn't mean that. It just means that, hey, I think the star power over on the Bills might just be a bit too much for us to handle. So if you feel that way, it's okay. Let us know. Hendo?
There may be one. Big Reg.
Okay, that's why I'm asking.
There may be one. He may be the one. But yes, I want to say that he's right when he says the unlikely touchdown coming from Mark Andrews. He may be 100% correct.
I don't know if I'm going to call that the unlikely person.
Oh, so
I know that he,
you want 6 years of prior experience to tell you otherwise. Now you're saying, oh no, it's definite he's going to do it this time.
don't, Mr.
So,
Prod. No, Mr. Whips is hilarious. It's terrible. It's really bad. It's really bad. We do have a couple more super chats, and I'll get to them right in just a bit. How do you feel about the defense in this game? Hi, Alan. Thanks for being
hey,
here. Our defense or Buffalo's? But we'll start with you, Hendo. Tell us how you feel about our defense.
I love it. Listen, I keep telling y'all, week 13, first in scoring, first and third down, first in red zone, first in total defense, first in everything, all across the board since week 13. And we haven't played a lot of AFC least teams. We played some bona fide playoff teams, and the defense has played extremely well. So I'm very confident going into this game because, like I said, even at their worst, they beat down the Bills and stopped them from scoring more than 10 points. Like they couldn't even put up 2 touchdowns versus us at our worst. So going into this game at our best, I'm very extremely confident. No disrespect to the Bills and their organization. They've done some amazing things in that weak division. They won like I think they won like 6 straight division titles over teams that just can't make it. I know they think that we're the Miami. Listen, Maryland, for you that don't know, is a southern state. We act like we're a northern state. We act like we part of this Philadelphia, New York stuff. We're a southern state, but we're not Miami Dolphins southern. Therein lies the difference. They believe that we're Tua Tagovailoa and we're going to come in there and just crap the bed, but it's not going to happen. We get cold nights as well.
I like that. I think the unlikely touchdown is coming from Keaton Mitchell. And I can see Nelson Aguilar. I've seen Nelly's name represented quite a few times tonight, so I can see that.
What? Man catches one pass a game.
And that
Not getting
might
no
be the touchdown
touchdown.
pass. Okay, it
He'll
might
drop it.
be.
It's too cold.
No,
He'll drop it.
no. We will not speak that. That is one
Nelson,
thing that we cannot do.
Nelson and his mishaps.
All right. Yeah, Lamar with a catch, touchdown, pin it. I like it. I like it. All right. We did have a super chat. Let me find that really quickly.
You're
James
way
Green with the $10 super chat.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much, James. If you have a comment for us or if you want to, have your comment read, you know what to do. Go ahead and leave a comment for us. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the support. Can't thank you enough, James. I appreciate it. He
I
sure
try.
has. And let me say this right here about Dan Mitchell. I halfway, in a somewhat kind of unconventional sort of kind of way, like Dan. I
Right.
sort of kind of do. I learned about Dan Mitchell when we played, or shortly before the season started, and I looked on the schedule. I was like, oh, he's really mouthy. and we play the Bills. Should be
Right.
fun. And then, sure enough, leading up to the week 4, he and I went back and forth. We had our discourse, and I said, "Oh, okay, you have a lot to say now, there, don't you, Dan?" And after the game, I sent him a message on X, or I sent him a message. I was like, Dan, are you okay?" And he responds, "No." So, he's sometimes my guy, sometimes not, but whatever. He
First
just
of all,
he's just gonna have a hard time this Sunday night. So y'all go check on Dan. Yeah, well,
first of all, Dan, listen, Dan is the epitome of everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Dan had a plan. He got on his stream and he talked that big Willie noise. Like he was the bravado, the machismo, which is all out there to be laid out for the world. He invited Ravens fans into a stream and he said a lot of things. But towards the end of his stream, and I remember he didn't answer me on Twitter. I remember him saying, "Man, listen, this team just whipped our butts. I pray we don't see this team in the playoffs."
he
I
did.
remember when he said that.
He
I
did.
pray we don't see them in the playoffs because we won't beat them.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it's, oh, I got this reason and that reason and this reason and that reason. All right, pump yourself up, buddy. Hype yourself up. Be your own hype man and make yourself believe that you're going to win. But the inevitable is going to happen. The same thing that happened during your first live stream is going to happen during your second live stream. You're going to get to the end and say, "Man, they were just the better team. I know I said what I said, but reality hit. The better team actually won. The better roster won. The better quarterback won." So, Dan is cool and all, but, I think he just gets ahead of himself sometimes and tries to just pump himself up to believe something he really doesn't believe.
Yeah. He's a cool guy. He just kind of, he says a lot of things that it cannot be substantiated. And I told him, I said, "Dan, you're just talking a bunch of unsubstantiated foolishness." And like Killer Cam said, it's for the engagement, and that's cool. The
Cool. You know what?
Nigerian Nightmare came by again with a $5 donation. We win by 2 scores. I like how you think. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the donation. We appreciate it. I saw one other question, and then we are going to say good night. RG wants to know, are both of you from Baltimore? Hendo?
Yes, I'm born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland. Started out in Murphy Homes Projects. Then I moved up to the Pimlico area, which I love living near the racetrack each and every year. And yeah, I've been here most of my life until I joined the military, and I lived in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. Then I came back home. So yeah, Baltimore.
I like this comment, Alan. All the Dan's acting crazy, even Orlowski. It must be something in the name with the name Dan right now. But
No, it's all in the checks that pay them from the
yeah,
Bills
when the
organization.
Bills organization pays them. So, that's what you say. I am not from Baltimore. I moved to the Baltimore area in 2015. So I've been here 9 years, almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years in March. Wow. So I've been here just a little under 10 years, almost a
He told you.
decade. Wow.
Yeah,
Hey, Tanja. So I'm from Florida.
and
So I'm from
Graziano.
the deep south. I'm from the deep south. And it's funny because when I talk to my family and friends back home, I'm like, us northerners now. I call myself a northerner now that I live up here. I'm like, us northerners, we different. We different. So.
We're not.
I
We're not.
know. We are south of the Mason-Dixon line. We are technically still a southern state, but when you come from weather like back home right now where it's maybe 50 degrees
Right.
and nice sunny, this when I see snow up here, it's fun. I love it. So
Listen.
I don't
Oh,
call
so
myself a northerner. What'd you say?
I see a comment from Magnum Dank. He says, "Why do I always hop in here when y'all are wrapping up?" So listen, I had put a goal for the super chats. If we got a certain number of super chats, we would come back and do a live stream again tomorrow. But since we didn't make that goal and you seem to miss it, how
Aw.
about this? How about we have Yolanda come back tomorrow and do a live stream, and you call the time, she'll do it, and you won't miss a thing.
How
Stop trying.
is it
Stop
that
ducking
you?
the smoke.
No,
Stop
I
ducking the
was trying
smoke.
to get my face around from the
You trying to duck the smoke.
no. How is it that you just seem to go ahead and voluntold people what to do? You don't do that. Thank you for the super chat donation that is coming through. I want to make sure I didn't miss any, but I'm going to get to Jeff's and then I'm going to go backward. Jeff J with a $10 super chat. And
Appreciate
I
it.
didn't, you know what? I feel so bad. This is for all of you, for everyone who came through, showed support, gave a donation. This is for you. I did not do this tonight, but I appreciate all of you just for coming tonight. I want to say thank you. But Jeff with a $10 super chat says, "You guys rock, man. Hendo either says it before I type it or he says exactly what I'm thinking. I love it. Ah, man, I used to rock with those Rastas up by the track."
The
I
Blue
hope him.
Caribbean. The Blue Caribbean. You used to go to Blue Caribbean because it's. I think it's still there. I know I still go to Pimlico Chinese carryout every now and again. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We have several players from Florida. Derrick Henry is from Florida. He's not too far from where I'm from. I'm from Orlando. But we have several players. Zay Flowers. Trying to
Florida
think.
Ravens.
Yeah, the Florida Ravens. So we got a couple of Florida players, but yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
But like you said, Zay played at Boston College.
that's
Like
it. Like
the
it doesn't
Florida
get cold
boys,
in Boston.
the Florida boys know cold.
They know cold. They do. They do. I like it, Justin. 38-24. Anybody think it's going to be a close game? Like a
Yeah,
field goal?
nah, not at all.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't
Not
think
at
so.
all.
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
well, maybe to start the game, we'll go up 3-0 and then score another 24 straight, and then they may score a touchdown. But yeah, outside of that,
I thought Nelly is from Georgia. Nelly is from Georgia.
Nelly's proudly from Orlando.
He is not. He's from Georgia. Let me look this
He's
up. Yeah,
proud.
I'm pretty
He's
sure
proud.
Nelly is from Georgia.
He's proudly from Orlando because
Hey, that's my home.
they can't play basketball there. So
They sure can. Go Magic. We're coming for everything this year. We're coming from everything. But yeah, I think Nelly is from Georgia. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. But yes, Orlando is fire. That's right. That's right. Orlando Magic. That's it. That's right. Well, family, we're just talking tonight. We're just talking. We're having a good time. Thank you, RJ Ori. Thank you guys for all you do
appreciate
and working hard to give great content. Appreciate you guys. We appreciate you. We're happy to come here, spend a little time with you. It's always good, especially because a lot of us are feeling a little nervous. So coming together and just, reassuring ourselves that we got this. No matter what the naysayers say, it doesn't matter. We got this. So it's always a good time to come and hang out.
two more sleeps.
Nelly, okay, he claims Florida. Okay. I think he was like, he either went to college in Georgia, but there you go. So, hey, another Florida boy, Nelly, we'll take him. So yeah, we got a lot of Florida boys on our team. So I'm right at home. But that was a good question. Thanks for asking. Family, we are done for the night. Thank you. Make sure you come by. I saw Tanja mentioned earlier that her notification didn't come on. So I'm going to let you know now. On Sunday, we will be here. Hendo and myself will be here to live stream the game, play by play, as the Ravens go ahead and crush the Bills, beat them down. Okay, we'll be here for that. And then we'll do a post-game show shortly after that game concludes. So now you know. So
No one is half the battle.
yeah. And please do us a favor, like Drift Sports says, hit the like button. If you enjoy the content, the best way to support it is obviously to subscribe, but to also make sure you hit the like button so you can get the cool graphic animation behind Hendo, but it does help our channel a ton. Only Morale says, don't be nervous, Yolanda. Josh Allen is Fugazi.
Fugazi. He's Fugazi.
I don't know what that means, but I just gonna make something up in my mind. Fake. Okay.
Fake. Okay. He's not Fugazi. Josh Allen is an amazing quarterback.
He is a really good quarterback, but
quarterback.
even still, we're gonna win. We're going to win. Oh, he was born in Nigeria, but grew up in Tampa. Oh, wow. Okay, he's from right around the corner from me. Orlando is about an hour from Tampa.
One he can't catch.
On that note, family, we are going to go.
No, we need to say thank you to Only Morale. Says great show, fire.
Yeah,
I'm a first time viewer. We'll tune in more. We appreciate that. We just try to entertain. We just try to entertain people and give just people something to do during their downtime, during their off time. That's it.
Yeah,
we don't want no smoke.
Yeah, we just have a good time cheering on our team, and for me, it's always helpful to come and be around other Baltimore Ravens fans who love the team, support the team, and believe in our team no matter what. It's fun.
That's right.
So
and even Reg, people that believe in the team and like the team, and Reg.
And Reg. Okay, he's the and Reg. But thank you, Only Morale. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, dial in, lock in with us. We have a lot of more content coming your way. We don't create content just during the regular season and into the postseason. We create content all year long. So Stay tuned.
Not
We're
live
gonna
streams though. Not
live
live streams.
streams.
Not off season
Yeah,
live streams. I
yeah,
refuse.
we will.
Sacrilegious. I don't do it.
Stop
I
it.
won't do it.
Yeah, yeah. Family, we appreciate
Telling you.
you. Thank you all
Appreciate you.
for being here. We will see you all very soon. And by very soon, I mean within the next couple of days.
Oh, okay.
Because, I mean, you might see us tomorrow. You just never know if I can,
Oh yeah, I'll probably make a video tomorrow. So you'll see me tomorrow.
Family, you all take care. You stay safe. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out. We appreciate you. And we'll see you very soon. Take care. And as always, always remember, go Ravens.
Go
We'll see you soon.
Ravens.